I'm super excited to be showing you this. Why am I in my bed? Well, that's because I made a pajama set from this McCall pattern. Guys, it is a PDF pattern, and I think it can come in a regular pattern, but click down to my video where I show you how to download and print and cut out a PDF form of a fabric. But I am excited to show you this because yes, Valentine's Day is almost here, and why not set the mood off with a cute, silky pajama romper? So that's what it is. I did add a couple of different touches to it. I used lace and silk, well, satin, and I want to say this is satin charmeuse, which means it has a stretch to it, unlike silk and satin, like regular silk and satin, because it's woven. This lace also has stretch to it, and I actually cut it on the stretch of the fabric. So this fabric these two fabric only had two-way stretches, not four. So with a two-way stretch, you got to make sure you cut the pattern pieces on the stretch grain. And I know, and I'll basically explain that in this video when I get to it. I actually ruched the front, if you can't tell. It holds my boobies in because my boobies are always sometimes all over the place, and I feel like just because I ruched it, it's like staying in place. I don't know. So please stay tuned, and I'll see you at the end of the video. I'm just gonna be cutting out the fabric right here, and the fold is down there. But I do have my pattern set out differently because it's only a one-way stretch, if that makes sense. So when I pull these two, when I pull right here, it's not that much stretch, but diagonally, like down the grain here, it's more stretch. So that's why I have my patterns laid out like this, and as well as over here for my contrast, I'm using purple lace, and I forgot to move it like this, diagonal, so I can get more stretch out of the fabric. These look all beat up and everything because my kids got to them, but I do like using my sewing weights because it keeps away from adding any more holes than I have to. So before I usually just pin them down with pins, but now I just use weights. Yep. So everything is cut out. Strategy of this was to cut on the most stretch, and this is what I did for today. And then day number 2, we're gonna start sewing these pieces together. I'm so excited to see the outcome. So I am measuring for straps. They asked for elastic straps, but I'm going to be using fabric. So they want 10 inches long of the strap. So I'm gonna measure it, and I'm gonna mark it with my fabric. Bless you, Aria. Mark it right here. So I have the crotch area sewn in right here, and now I'm gonna put the front and the back together and sew the outer lines and this sort of inner lines that are left. Yeah, I kind of messed up if you can't tell. I'm done with sewing the inner part of the legs, and I also peeked it with my peeking scissors right here, and we are almost done. Now I have to sew the outer legs, and we'll be done with my pants. So now I'm going to be starting on my top. I'm going to be sewing down the middle of this lace for the contrast of my top. Now I'm going to put on the straps so I can overlay a second piece of lace. Now I'm sewing the middle part of the bodice so I can add the ruche down the middle. So now I am adding the ruche, and this is a very easy way of doing it. Make sure your sewing machine is on zigzag stitch and place a pin on top of the elastic and just hold it down as you're sewing. And now I put down a second piece of lace that matches the first piece to sew on top of the strap. And now I'm adding the back lace to the back part of the bodice. So now I'm attaching the lace part to the front part of the bodice, and now I am sewing the sides of the bodice so we can attach the bodice and the pants together. To connect the pieces, you'll have to insert the bodice right side inside the outside of the pants, if that makes sense. So basically, pants inside out, bodice right side. So now I'm adding the elastic around the waist, and it's a different way they wanted you to do it on the instructions, which calls for a safety pin and elastic band, which I have though. I don't have the safety pin, so I basically outsourced of just doing what I did with the ruching to my waist, just holding it and sewing it around, and it did the same effect to it. So if you hear any whispering or talking in the background of my voiceover, it's my kids. Please excuse them. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for watching my video, and if you have anything, just comment. If you have anything to say, comment below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will be making more videos of things that I make, and I'll see you next time. Bye.